Hey, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name's Jazz. I am a salon owner, an entrepreneur, and also an online course creator. So today I want to talk about Facebook ads, how they affect you, how they impact your business, and how you can make the most out of that platform. For anyone who creates online courses, you know that the key is really online marketing. Sure, you can build partnerships with local companies, schools, you can do word of mouth, you could post flyers around town. But the real bread and butter, guys, is online marketing. And so if you want to create an online course, which many people have, and a lot of you guys are still thinking about doing that, but if you want to create an online course, you kind of have to be willing to go down that rabbit hole of teaching yourself online marketing. That's what I've spent the last, I would say a year doing. I've spent even more time than that, of course, building the course and just accumulating knowledge and information to build a course from. But at least a year I've spent on online marketing and just trying to sort of crack that nut and figure out what's the most effective and what's the most useful. Facebook is a powerhouse in the game. You're not going to be able to, well, I shouldn't say you're not going to be able to. I would say it would be difficult to flourish and grow a gigantic business without harnessing the power of Facebook. Facebook also owns Instagram. I don't know if you guys knew that. Probably knew that already. But yeah, I mean, Facebook and Instagram, those two forces combined is where all the eyeballs are. I don't think I know anyone who's not on one or the other of those platforms. And so you absolutely have to get your product inserted into that feed and start really using the power of those platforms to promote your course. You can also use it to promote your services, local services for businesses. It also works for that as well. Okay, so let me address one concern that I always hear from new course creators and new online entrepreneurs is that there's like a hesitation or a reluctance to want to spend money on online ads. It feels like, is this even for real? Is this money going to help? Do these ads even work? So just that initial resistance to online ads, go ahead and take that, crumple it up, and throw it out the window. There is such a thing as ROI. Now, you want to make sure that you are getting a return on your investment. So you want a return on the investment dollars that you are spending. So say, for example, you spend $50 running an ad on Facebook for 1 week. You want to make sure that you're keeping close eyes on the amount of sales and the amount of leads that you were able to obtain as a direct result of that ad. Now, maybe you're just trying to build an email list. Maybe you are looking for likes or followers if you're trying to build an Instagram page. All of those are perfectly worthy goals in the beginning, but naturally, of course, you will want to move into a space where when you post an ad, you are looking for sales. So your return on investment is just that magic number between how much you spent running those ads for 1 week and how many sales you generated in that 1 week. Running online ads is a completely 100% viable method of generating sales, growing your business, and exposing people to your product. So push aside your fear that the money you spend on online ads isn't going to work or isn't going to be effective or isn't going to go towards anything. The thing you really need to learn how to do is how to create these ads, how to target your specific customers, and as you get better and better at that, the more effective these ads can become for you. On platforms like Upwork, you can definitely find a skilled professional who can run ads for you. They can create ads for you. I would say though, in the beginning, definitely try to learn this yourself and create ads because that's going to be a more organic expression of your product. The problem that I faced when I use platforms like Upwork and Fiverr to do this type of marketing for me, which would have made life totally a lot easier. But the issue that I encountered when I did that was that sometimes there would be grammatical errors that I never would have made. Sometimes they would use a really old picture from like my Instagram to create an ad and it just like didn't line up. Or they would use a stock photo of like a random person. And so an ad is very representative of your brand. And so it's not something that, at least at first, I would recommend outsourcing for someone else to do, even though the person might have the technical know-how of Facebook. Even though the person might have the technical know-how of the Facebook platform, don't let it intimidate you. Do everything that you can to learn about the platform and how to create ads so that you can be armed with that knowledge that you can always defer back to at any level, at any stage that your business is in. One thing I also want to share with you guys is a crazy experience I had with Facebook. Now, keep in mind, this is a very ginormous entity. Facebook is not just a company, it's an entity. And one of the rules, if you want to play ball with Facebook and the mega force that they are, you have to play by their rules. I learned this the hard way when I disputed a charge that I found on my card for $50. I thought to myself, why am I being charged $50 when the ad spend that I made was only $23? So I made the decision to dispute the transaction through PayPal. Well, anytime you dispute a payment with PayPal, they're going to give the seller or the vendor an opportunity to respond. So I figured, hey, if I can't get through like the web of buttons in the Facebook Ad Center, maybe this will give them a chance to help me understand why I was charged a bit more than what I spent. Well, they decided not to respond to the claim, and instead they completely disabled my account. That was pretty scary, because within an instant, I went from getting tons of subscribers per day, at least one sale per day, which is very good, even though it was in the fledgling state of doing business. But one sale a day is fantastic. And even when you're building your email list, 5 emails a day is commendable. And so I just had like a really hot page at the time. Like, it was rolling with new subscribers and sales every single day. Then boom, because I chose to take this action against Facebook, they were not having it. Not only did they completely deactivate and disable my account, but when you write to them, it's like you're talking to robots. So it's not like Amazon where you can just call in and you get a super friendly, understanding voice on the other line telling you that they'll do anything to restore your faith and make it right away. I love Amazon for that reason. Facebook is very different. Facebook is very obscure. You won't be able to talk to a person. You won't be able to explain to them what happened, or your version of the events, or why you were confused about being charged more. You really don't get to explain much of anything. All you're able to do is send them a message, and I think I had to wait 2 to 3 days to hear back from someone, and they graciously reactivated my account. Great, right? Well, apparently I had triggered some sort of red flag within their system to where even when the representatives reactivated my account, the system or the algorithm deactivated it again. So just like that, I was totally iced out of Facebook ads, running any kind of ads whatsoever on Facebook or Instagram, and I was having a ton of success with Instagram ads, so it was so scary. I can't even explain to you. So I learned a very important lesson, and I'm glad I learned it, and I wouldn't take back anything, and I'm not sweating over the handful of sales that might have been missed in that process, because I learned something really important, and this is what I want to share with you guys. Whenever I learn something, I want to share it. So don't with Facebook. Plain and simple. If you challenge something, if you disturb or disrupt this very intelligent flow that they've created, the only person who's going to pay is going to be you. So I am most humbly grateful for Facebook and the platform that it provides. Once I finally got my account reinstated after about 2 weeks, I was just over the moon and super excited and grateful that everything was able to get rolling again. And I think I appreciated the opportunity that much more, the fact that I'm able to reach people all over the world and share my product with them and share my courses with them. It's just the coolest feeling in the world when somebody from, South Africa or Canada or New Jersey, all of these people I'm now connected with, and they're finding my product and they're loving it, and it's like totally cool. So if you haven't gotten started on Facebook or Instagram in running ads to promote your business or your course, get started with that. It is going to expand the possibilities for your business so much. And if you're running an even remotely interesting ad with an irresistible offer, people are going to click on it, they're going to be curious, and you'll be amazed at just the volume of people that can be reached through these ads. And if you're running ads that aren't so successful, go back to the drawing board and really look at what you could do to improve those ads or to grab attention in a different way. For example, if you've been posting photos of your product, try posting a video of somebody using your product. That could be more engaging, that can pull in an audience member, more compelling than just a still photo. You want to make sure that the first 2 lines in your ad jump out at people. And if you do have something to offer them, a freebie or a download or somewhere where they can visit, make sure that those 2 first lines are something really juicy and something that really draws them in, because you only have a few seconds to captivate the viewer and keep them from scrolling right past your product. I also recommend you guys don't hesitate to put yourself out there. Now, I know it's very hard. Not everybody wants to be in front of a camera. Not everyone wants to be out there celebrating, sharing, and talking about their product. It's not an easy thing to do, I will admit that. But don't be shy about sharing yourself. If you feel like you could very well be the best person and the best spokesperson for your brand, then you can make Facebook ads and Instagram ads with you in them, whether it's lifestyle photographs of you using the product, or whether it's just you talking like I'm here talking to you now and communicating with people about your product. Don't be shy, you can do it. And a lot of times people buy into people and not necessarily a product. They buy into people, they buy into emotions. And so if you're not scared to put yourself out there, it's one ad that I've also had some success with, is just jumping out there and talking about my product and saying, hey, stop right there, I've got something that you need to hear. And just being willing to do that, I think, could be very effective. If you don't personally want to do it, maybe you can have somebody on your team do that, and somebody who is especially gifted in that way, and who's not shy, and who can essentially be the spokesperson for your product. But always keep in mind, people buy into people. They're not buying into the product as much as you would expect. Listen, analyzing data used to intimidate the heck out of me. I didn't see myself as this person who was some sort of mathematical genius that could interpret all this data and numbers and charts and graphs and stuff like that. But really, at the end of the day, data is really just you going into the analytics and looking at how people are responding to your campaign. I'm sure that you could go very deep into this. I'm sure that there are really advanced techniques of doing this, but I know for myself, I've been able to do it on just a very basic level. And so I know that if I can do it, you can do it too. You always want to review the data in order to sort of assess the success of a given ad. Are you having more success with a bright colored flyer? Are you having more success with a still photo? Are you having more success with just a product-centric photo that doesn't include anything else or any people or backgrounds, but just the product by itself? Are you having more success with an ad with a smiling girl in it? So these are all things that you want to look at, and also the verbiage that you use in each of the ads. What are you seeing an uptick in responses from people from? And it's all about looking at that data and going after it and really sort of honing in on what that means for your business in the eyes of your audience. Now, I would love to explore this more with you guys. I definitely want to go deeper into this. As you all know, I'm still learning every day. I have been successfully selling my online courses, but I still have so much to learn, and now I've reached a place where it's actually exciting to me. I love learning more and more about online marketing. Never thought I would say that, but it's fun. And once you have that confidence in your product and you have that confidence that it should be shared with the world and everyone needs to see your product and everyone needs to experience your product, it really takes away some of the anxiety about just putting you or your service or your course and putting that out there to begin with. You can alleviate some of that anxiety once you realize, yes, people do need this course, people do need to hear from me. And using Facebook and using Instagram to promote your products is just such a powerful tool. I hope I've been able to offer you guys just a little bit of insight into the world of Facebook ads. We'll talk more about this in a later video, but while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and we'll see you in the next video.